I just had an interview before we jumped on this call. We were trying to hire someone in our human resource department. And the question she asked me was, what would I say is the culture of my organization? And so it's a generic word, right? Character. So what are the details of the types of characteristics, or the kind of behavioral patterns that you would see and you would say this person is a good person for leadership? One of it, first of all, is respect. People underestimate the value of respect. Respect for people. Just being that kind of person who is respectful. And, in Africa, respect is almost some sort of like a given, nuance. But the reality of respect is beyond your body posture, is beyond, bowing your head, is beyond, saying man, sir. It is more like something that comes from inside of you that the other person can tangibly feel that this person is offering honor and regard. That is not driven by just some superficial, behavior or patterns. Again, in this part of the world, if you see someone much older than you, you probably bow or, whatever it is, you understand. I mean, I'm a Yoruba boy, so from that lens, you have all of that. But that can be misconstrued as, the end all and be all of respect, right? If you embody respect, it doesn't translate only to people who are ahead of you. It doesn't translate to people who are well off, better off than you. It translates to everyone around you. How do you treat your driver? How do you treat your cook, your nanny? How do you treat the guys who are reporting to you in the corporate setting, right? So this is very important. People say that how you know people's true character is not how they treat people who can benefit them. It's how they treat people who cannot give them anything, apparently. You understand what I mean? So respect is very important in leadership because you can't serve people. Because, the hallmark of leadership is service, the ability to be able to galvanize people and, create the most good from that, effort of bringing people together. So if you don't have respect for people, I have no respect for you in terms of leadership, right? So that's one important thing. So beyond respect, I would also expect that a leader, right, in terms of character, is someone who is willing to communicate. One might consider, communication as just a skill, but communication itself is also, in some sense, a character you can embody. Meaning, when you have concerns, for instance, Deji, you might have concerns with some colleague of yours. Maybe something was done and you weren't exactly impressed. You know what some people will do? They'll be quiet about it. They will internalize that emotion and refuse to communicate. And that leaves room for no possibility of improvement. So you're not giving feedback. You're not a communicator. You're not expressive. You internalize things and you fence people. You create walls rather than build bridges. You understand? So I want to see someone who has that willingness to bring people in. You're willing to engage people. You're willing to sound stupid if you may. You're willing to be vulnerable. That's leadership. Leadership is messy. It's not all fancy and all of that. You have to be able to sit in a room and get people to tell you things that you're not comfortable with and you're able to take it. Obviously, in terms of character as well, one would put integrity up there. We can't even start talking about character without the word integrity. The I word is so key. And when we talk about integrity there, this gets tested a lot. I'm so glad that, I had the kind of background that I had. And I'll say that, from an influence point of view, one of the biggest influences of my, life and career has been my dad. My dad, in his career, he was a very hardcore mechanical engineer who ran a business after working at Caterpillar. The Caterpillar brand, the big Caterpillar brand, traction equipment. He worked there for many years and then went on to run his business. One of the things that hallmarked his business was his integrity, the way in which he related with his clients. I was involved with that a bit as a teenager. I got involved a bit in my late 14, early 15, to 16 till I graduated from secondary school. And I saw how he related, how he was very transparent, how he basically ensured that whatever he was doing, he didn't want to take he didn't want to take advantage of people, take people's property, take things that weren't his own. And so that's kind of ingrained in me, that culture that, look, you're not going to get ahead in life being sort of crooked and fraudulent. Be transparent, have integrity, because without that, a leader is going to end up using their office and their position to abuse the people that have been called around them or have trusted them. So integrity will also rank high there.